Well, hello, my diecast family. All right, so this is going to be a real treat. So I came here on a Friday to Reliable Automotive. They were open, and the gentleman whose name is Alberto, he runs the place. He let me take the car here. I can't drive it because it's not, licensed or registered, but he does have it opened up all for me. It's running, and we're going to explore this together, okay? So this is his business right here. That's his business card. Acevedo's Reliable Automotive, located in South Daytona. You can see the telephone number on there. That's his business. And this car is for sale. And I'm going to show you guys the car. And if any of you happen to live in the area or be near this area and you want to buy this thing, you can contact them, okay? So we say we explore this wonderful 1978 Lincoln Town Car. This is a real car we're looking at today, guys, not just little die-cast toys. So I'm going to try to speak up a little bit because it's running right now, okay? So what you got under here is a 385 series big block 460, running smooth as silk. That carburetor's been rebuilt. That's your not Motorcraft. It's called an Autolite 4300, all fully rebuilt. Okay. It also has a brand new AC compressor. You may remember these Lincolns in this time era. They had a GM A6 as the standard, which has been replaced with an updated one. And I also noticed, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but down there on the bottom, you got a brand new alternator as well. Car's been very well cared for. I don't know how many miles are on it yet. We'll find out together when I go under the into the odometer there. Okay, he tells me the AC works. We've got a few more parts on order for it. You may also notice that this car has a GM style power steering pump. That was also common for the Lincolns. And this has got the early Spark electronic ignition right there. Master cylinder appears to be recently done too. Now, you notice how traditionally when you see a power brake unit, it's like that big drum. You'll notice this car doesn't have that. That's because this is one of those Lincolns that has what's called Hydro Boost. And Hydro Boost used a combination of, it used the same hydraulic fluid that's in the power steering system to go with the brakes in. So it's hydraulic power brakes instead of vacuum power brakes. And it works very well, but I do know that those Hydro Boost units did have a tendency to go out. That one looks like it's been done recently, so you wouldn't have to worry about that, okay? And it runs very good. I'll even give you a little goose to the throttle here. Really nice running car. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut the motor off now because it seems to be fully warmed up and everything. He had a issue with getting it started because you can imagine sitting for a long time the battery was a little weak. So now we're going to go around. I'm going to show you guys the interior of this beauty, okay? All right, so we'll go ahead and shut it off. Okay, so 1978. This was the first year they went to the Mercury Marquis style instrument panel. You remember in 77 they had a completely different instrument panel, but then they did give it its own Lincoln style instruments. So it appears to have 85,000 miles on it. I'm gonna just say that that's probably original. You see the fuel was a little low. That's one of the reasons I wanted to shut it off, okay? So it's got a Cartier digital clock. It does not work, as you can see. I believe this is a 8-track player. It is. You can see how that door swings open. So you got a little 8-track player there. Here's your select air conditioning right there. They had an early version of climate control in these cars. Okay, and you can see by looking at the steering wheel, you got this fingertip speed control. The wood tone on this is absolutely beautiful. I think this either is been replaced or it may even just be well preserved original. You'll notice it's got a cover on the steering wheel. That's because these wheels had a tendency to crack, and so they would usually put a cover like this to hide that. So it's got the nice wood on the dash there as well. On the passenger side, got a very generous glove compartment right there, and it appears that there is yes, there is. Look at this, guys. 1978 Lincoln Continental Owner's Manual, still present and accounted for. Close that up. That's a typical Ford thing with the hard to close glove compartment doors. All right, and this car has a tilt wheel. How you work it is, I'm going to try to show this to you. You push the turn signal lever forward, and then the wheel will tilt down, and then to tilt it back up, you push it forward again, and it will tilt right back up for you. Very nice. Got your Select Shift C6 transmission right here. Has this very, very thick factory floor mats and carpeting in here. I want you to look at these beautiful pleated leather seats here, right here. It's got the floating pill design. They came out with this style of seat in 1975, and they kept it all the way up until the 79 model year. Nice pleats right here. The leather's in very good condition. The only place you see a little bit of wear is right here on this driver's armrest. This is the driver's seat right here. Got the same nice effect, the floating pillow. And from what I understand, all of the accessories work on this car. Windows, locks, everything. You see there's the door panel. Got beautiful wood trim on there. Nice thick carpeting. That's one of the speakers for the stereo. You see the trim around where the door pull strap is. All right. Lincoln Continental there on the sill panel. Let's go to the rear seat now. You get to see how generous this rear compartment is. Look at that, guys. It's like a limousine in there. Lots of room and comfort in this Lincoln. It's also got its own fold-down armrest back here as well. There you go. More beautiful, just acres and acres of glove-soft pleated leather. Absolutely beautiful. I love the seats in these cars. You know, between Lincoln and Cadillac, I think that Lincoln did the seats just a little bit better. Now, this one doesn't have the mat pockets in the back, but it does have the decor trim right here. Sometimes they also had a pull strap, or not a pull strap, a grab strap on the back of the seat here. This one does not have that as well. Got a case of oil in there too. All right, this is one of the few interior defects I found. This little wood trim's kind of peeling up. Nothing a little super glue wouldn't fix there. See the beautiful trim there on the door panel in the rear. It's got nice tinted glass, which you definitely want for, you know, Florida. Okay, now we're gonna go around to the other side, passenger side. I already did the exterior walk around, but I will just give a quick little walk, I think, around the side here. So you may remember, 1977 was the first year they went to this Mark style grill. Remember before, prior years, they had the other style grill that was kind of wider. I guess they were trying to capitalize on some of the Mark success with that. It's got that classic Gothic front end that the Fords all had, and Lincolns and Mercurys that was very popular back then. You know, you got your protruding fender corners with these little ribs here, the recessed headlights, and then the prominent grille. That was a very, very popular look for Ford back then. They had almost every one of their cars had that look. It's got the locking wire spoke wheel covers, the premium body side molding. This also has an early version of an illuminated entry system. See, at nighttime, there's a little ring on the inside of this, and when you push on this door lock, that little ring lights up and illuminates the keyhole for you. Okay, come around here. See more of these beautiful pleated leather seats on this side, the passenger side of the car. Everything's just in beautiful condition. There's no cracks. This dashboard top, by the way, just so you guys know, I think this is actually covered with a high-grade leather, because this has a stitching on it, and it's just extremely soft like leather too. And here we have the passenger side door panel. As you can see, it's in great shape. Some marks right here, nothing bad, nothing major. Missing a little panel here. Probably could source one of them through like Hemmings. I used to subscribe to Hemmings all the time. Now we're in another part of the rear compartment here. Passenger side rear door. Nice thick cut pile carpeting. It runs all the way to the floor. And you got those little coach lamps there in the upper window area. And just really nice seats. I wish you guys could just feel just how soft these seats are. They're amazing. And this carpeting is so thick and deep, you just want to take your shoes off and just wiggle your toes in it. Really nice. And then I'll show you guys the trunk. The trunk is enormous, as you could probably imagine. I imagine there's a full-size spare behind that panel right there. See, the Lincoln's got the Continental had a completely different trunk design than the Mark series did. Okay. Now, the only spot of rust I found on this car, which unfortunately is in a common place, was right here, right underneath the vinyl top, just very minor. This is completely repairable. I don't hear anything crispy when I push on the top. The top is in really good shape. It's a little dry, as you can probably see. So is all the associated trim with the top is also in good shape. Just a little bit dry, but that's all easily fixed. This Lincoln Continental also has the electroluminescent coach lamps. Now, I don't know if Lincoln was using a bulb or fiber optics. Considering there's a screw right there that you can probably remove this panel, they probably were just using a regular incandescent bulb there. I think in later years they went to the electroluminescent, the true electroluminescent one that had the fiber optics. Okay. And these tires are relatively new from what I saw. You got your fuel door here. It's on the side. It's got a locking cap. And you see that lovely, look at the detail on this tail panel right here, where the backup lights are. Look at that. You know, every inch of this car just screams luxury. Trim on top. The trunk here, it goes all the way down. You'll notice it's also on top of the doors. Remote control passenger mirror, and then it runs all the way down here to the front. All that beautiful, beautiful trim. Okay, he does have the air cleaner. He just had it removed. You may remember these had that really large diameter round air cleaner, and it usually says 464V on that little label on there. And then it's got that big thing off to the side that looks like a oil filter. And what that is like some kind of a resonator that helps reduce like carburetor suction noise, and also a chirp if you back out of the throttle quickly. See, Lincoln was all about making your driving experience as quiet and as effortless as possible. And I'm going to just real quick pull out those headlamps, if I can. So you can see that the hidden headlamps work. And I remember on my Mark IV I used to have, there was like a little switch valve. I don't see it up on here. It must be located someplace else, but there was a little vacuum switch valve that you would turn, and it would allow you to replace a headlight without having to turn the headlights on. Then we'll go ahead and shut them off. There should be enough vacuum stored that they'll close, and sure enough they did. That's good. That means you don't have vacuum leaks. That means that the little vacuum motors, which are up in the front there behind all that header panel, they're still in good condition. They don't have any tears or leaks or anything like that. This car also has you'll notice those wonderful power vent windows, which is a nice feature to have. Okay. And then I'll do a couple little shots underneath here if I can. So there's the 9-inch differential right there. The fuel tank is located just ahead of that trunk well. Now you notice that this car has, the Lincolns are supposed to have what's called a track arm, and I'll be darned if I can see it, probably because from my vantage point I can't quite see it. Appears to have a good exhaust on it. And as you can see, the undercarriage, it was undercoated at some point, so it's in good condition, free of rust and corrosion. Let me do another shot under here if I can. There you go. It's in pretty good shape, guys. And it looks like it has dual catalytic converters, but then it wires off into a single pipe. That was a common thing that Lincoln did back then, especially on the Continental. You could get factory dual exhaust though, remember. Right. A little squeak in the hinges there. I'm going to go and get the keys out real quick. I don't want to accidentally lock the keys in this car. This doesn't have the modern technology. So, as I said, the man who runs Reliable Automotive, ooh, that's squeaky. Close it. There it goes. The man who runs Reliable Automotive, his name is Alberto. This car belongs to his good friend. As I said, it is for sale. He's asking $16,500, and that's of course negotiable. And guys, I gotta tell you something. I mean, that's not terrible. That's really not a terrible price for this car. I've seen cars actually in worse condition than this go for more. So that's actually quite good. We'll close the hood up here. That's a hellacious hood right there, guys. That really is. Car script. As I mentioned when I did the quick walk around video, I kind of was hoping it would have one of those aluminum wheels on there. You see right here, you've got cornering light. This illuminates steady when you're going around a corner, and then this is just your side marker light right there. You can see this car has beautiful trim. It's in really good condition. It's got some of the usual, like you see the rocker panel trim. It's got the usual like stone pitting that happens just from age, because this car definitely got used. It just wasn't abused, which is good. And I want to get back here. I want to show you guys. That's the view you have down the hood when you're driving down the road. Look at that. See, you don't just steer this car. It's like you shout orders to the helm below. This wood trim in here is really something. I always like that. Lincoln just really did a fantastic job with the wood trim and everything else. And you got little, I believe these are lighted. Yep, they sure are. Look at that, lighted vanity mirrors right there. Passenger side should definitely have one for the lady. There you go. Doesn't seem to be working, but it can be made work. It's probably just a matter of a bulb. But yeah, what a fantastic car, guys. And like I said, this is going to be an example of the kind of content that I'm going to do in the future moving forward, because, you know, my collection is only so big. So it's nice to be able, I'm really happy that Alberto of Reliable Automotive was, or Auto Repair, gave me permission to open this car up for you guys. Like I said, we can't do a drive because it isn't licensed, tagged, or insured, or registered for that matter either. But there it is. 1978 Lincoln Town Car, Lincoln Continental Town Car, 460 4-barrel, in very beautiful condition. You know what the good thing about the car like this too, guys, also? This is what you would call driver condition. It's beautiful enough that you could drive it and enjoy it every day and even put it in some impromptu car shows, but it's not so nice that you would feel bad about driving it and have to worry about, you know, some, you know, a little stone chip here or a bug nick there. You could actually drive and enjoy this car like on weekends. I don't know if you'd want to try and daily drive it with the single-digit fuel economy in town you would get, but you know, what a wonderful car, right, guys? Well, anyways, diecast fanatics, I hope you enjoyed that video. I showed you every inch of this car that I possibly could, and I really hope you all enjoyed that. I enjoyed showing it to you. It really made my day, and I really give a shout out of thanks to Alberto for letting me do this. So in the meantime, guys, I want you all to take care of each other. God bless, and we'll see you in the next fun video. Take care.